Alright everyone, welcome back to Street City Studio. I'm John. Thank you for joining me, I appreciate it. Wanted to do a video today about lighting. I had some questions on my last photography video about hot spots and reflections on your backgrounds. And this applies, I know a lot of toy photographers are using screens for their backgrounds, and I've done some of that, and this applies to anything: screens, reflective kind of papers, any kind of background you're using. Really, there's a couple ideas on how to deal with the light, but essentially your best method of reducing a hot spot is distance, right? And I know not every light, see, I'm going to bring this light in, not every light is strong enough to get far away and still light your scene, right? And I have some lights like that, but that's why I don't use them, right? Let's see here. All right. Right, I've got this light, and it's in the same spot as the last light, but it just doesn't light the same. So essentially I would have to bring it closer, right? But you see, as I bring it closer, it's creating a hot spot before it even lights it up. And essentially that's why I don't use this light. I do use it, but it's not my primary light. Anytime I use it like this, essentially, I'm going to bring it into the view here. It's a flashlight. It's this flashlight, but I use that side beam. I'm not sure what to call that part, but I use that side panel light because it'll stand like that, right? And it's not very bright. As soon as I start moving at some distance, you can tell it's not lighting Owen or the Fox or Beta very well, but what it is doing well is creating that hot spot back here, right? And so essentially, if I have to use this light, I don't use this light for this, but if I had to use this light to light Owen, to light this, I would have to block it off, just block it off so that it hits Owen, but not that background. Bring it in closer here. And you kind of get the idea. See, now your background's dark and he's not. And maybe that's something I should have talked about first too. You can separate this just like theater. I don't have a lot of theater experience, but treating it just like a stage, you got, or even a painting, right? Stage or painting, there's lots of. Anyways, you got your foreground, right? Your midground, and your background, right? And they all need to be lit kind of separately. You don't necessarily need a light for each one, but you do need to control the light in each one. If you're filming indoors, then all the light is yours. It's you, right? But essentially, your best light is a strong light at a good distance. See how much better that looks, though? Even in film like I'm doing now, it applies in the same ways. Right? Your background's lit real well, your foreground's lit real well. You don't have shadows on your background from your foreground, right? And now this is something I've heard talked about a lot too, right? Well, you got to put some distance between your figures and your background. And in this case, with a paper background representing the woods, any shadow you cast on those woods gives away the illusion. Right? Let's see here. Right? And you see that? It breaks the illusion immediately. You can tell it's not what it says it is. It's not woods. Right? But now I've seen some discussion where people seem to think that applies to every picture and every background. Right? But here, I can definitely cast a shadow on that wall. Why not? It's supposed to be a wall behind him. He's supposed to be close enough to interact with it and cast a shadow on it. That's perfect. Why wouldn't you want a shadow on it? Right? Sometimes you want the shadow there on your background, but only if you want it there. Only if it makes sense. Put this back in there. And it doesn't make sense. You need some distance. Zoom back out here. Okay. You need to control your lighting. You need to control your depth. Throw some of these guys in there. I don't know why. I seem to really like this fox. Just because I tend to keep a lot of critters around. Little lizards and monkey. Whatever. I like it. Well, I hope this has been helpful. I appreciate you guys joining me. Keep playing with them toys. Have a good one.